Welcome to the Wellness That Fits podcast, where we help busy moms eat well, restore energy, and clear brain fog without sacrificing family time or your sanity. I'm Cassie Groeschl, registered dietitian and mom of three. I believe wellness should fit your real life, not the other way around. If you're tired of complicated wellness trends and want simple, sustainable strategies for meal prep, holistic nutrition, and time-saving routines, you're in the right place. Let's jump in. Welcome back to the Wellness That Fits podcast. Today, I want to talk to the woman who is really, really good at handling things. You know who you are. When something goes wrong, you don't fall apart. Instead, you tell yourself you're going to figure it out. You make the phone calls, you solve the problem, you stay up late, you wake up earlier, you're burning the candle at both ends. You just feel like you need to work harder. And you tell yourself, we'll get through this. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. And honestly, that ability probably has a lot to do with why you're so successful currently. But what happens when the very strategy that helped you become successful starts costing you your health? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. The woman who can handle everything. Now, I've been listening closely to women who are successful, capable, responsible, driven, and they're just used to carrying a lot. And when I ask them, what's your default response to stress? Or like, what's the first thing you do when something comes up in your life? And the answers are all very similar and actually similar to what I used to say, which is I double down on the work. I work harder. I stay up later. I figure out a plan to wake up earlier so that I can get the work done. I burning the candle at both ends. Like, I'll just push through it. We'll get through this. So this is the things that I've been hearing women say. And maybe you've said some version of that yourself. You have a stressful week, so you work harder so that maybe your next week won't be as stressful. Your business needs something from you, so you give it more hours. Your family needs you, of course, so you put yourself last. You skip lunch because there's too much to do. You have to get these things done. You eat whenever you can find time because you feel like you can't stop working because those other things are more important. You stay up late because it's the only time you can get things done when the kids are in bed. And maybe eventually you do take a day off, but usually it's not because you decided you deserve one. It was because your body forced you to. I'm going to tell you something that has happened so many times in my life. I have done exactly this, where I just say, I just need to get it done. So I'm staying up later. I am waking up earlier and therefore getting, 4 to 6 hours of sleep at night for a week. And all of a sudden, yeah, I do slow down. It's because my body forced me to. I got sick or my immune system just like went down the drain. And here I am, where you still can't really slow down. I mean, sometimes sickness hits you where you're like, no, I just need to, lay on the couch or something hits you really hard. But a lot of times you're just sick and then you have to push through all of your to-do list and it just sucks. Resting is great for a day or two, but as soon as you're functional again, you're right back at it. So here's the thing. I don't think women are doing this because they don't care about their health. I think they really do. I think women are trying so hard to take care of themselves. And obviously they're not lazy. It's not like they lack discipline. It's just that you need somebody else to tell you to prioritize yourself. And you've probably heard it before, and this is like a broken record to you. It's just that the problem is that pushing through has worked for you. And so you keep doing it. It has gotten you through hard seasons. It has helped you build the success you're currently in. It's helped you build a career, a business. Your family has been functioning fine because you've been putting your family first. It's, helped your reputation, given you financial security and a life that genuinely you're proud of. And so when something gets hard, of course, your brain is going to go right to, well, we know what to do. We're going to do more. And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. And it probably has worked up until this point. But what I'm hearing from a lot of women is that they're sick of doing that. They're sick of just pushing through and putting themselves last and just burning the candle at both ends just in the name of continuing to be successful in their career. And it's just hard. I mean, I've heard women describe what this has actually cost them, and not just in terms of energy, but in pieces of their life. I mean, one woman described the feeling she had like she lost bits and pieces of herself along the way. And I've talked to another that said she didn't know just like how to sit down and rest, like didn't know how to do it because and I resonated with that so much because as soon as you sit down, you're like, well, this is what I should be doing. And then all of a sudden the guilt starts to come in and then you feel like I can't be resting. There's too much to do, right? Like you could be working, there's something to accomplish. You could be taking care of somebody else. Sitting still, doing nothing, allowing someone else to take care of her, right? Or of you, that sometimes feels almost impossible. And I think that says so much because somewhere along the way, being capable can become synonymous with being needed. And being needed can become synonymous with being valuable. So rest starts to feel like something you need to earn. And if you kind of like think about what the cost might be showing up at home in home life, there are things that probably are harder to admit, like having no energy left when you get done with work or like you spent everything you had at work and then your family kind of gets what's left of you. You're quicker to snap at your kids, maybe moody with your partner. You don't have the patience that you want to have. And you might even miss events because you have to work and that can happen. You want to be present, but your brain is still running through your to-do list and all the things, even if it is for kids. I mean, how many times have we been sitting through a kid's soccer practice or game and we're ordering the next thing and ordering stuff for school and on our phones, and it's just really, really difficult to be present and be there when our to-do list is just honestly never ending. And obviously, you love your family deeply. You want the best for them, but you find yourself wondering, is this really what all of this success is supposed to cost? Because maybe the whole point of building the career, the business, and even the financial security was supposed to be having a life that you actually get to enjoy, not a life where you're constantly too exhausted to experience it. And that's just more so the family and the relationship side of things of what success might cost you. But, I talked a little bit about energy, and I wanna talk a little bit more about maybe the physical things that success might cost you because your body starts talking, and sometimes we push, 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 push down and ignore our body and ignore the signals. But at some point, the body keeps the score. It's just like the book. And I've heard women describe stress showing up physically in different ways: exhaustion, brain fog, tinnitus, vertigo, tremors, or, jerks and things like that, feeling physically tense all the time. Or honestly, like sometimes I've even experienced this as well when I'm really stressed, like the left side. Sometimes, and I even have had family members that have said this also, my sister, like it's like something it's like your face is kinda going numb. I mean, this isn't like stroke symptoms, obviously, have to go to the hospital for this, but it's just like certain sides of your body, can experience different things, whether it's like tenseness or like a little bit of numbness and things like that. Some women are like, "Okay, I've been able to push this far, but now I physically feel the stress, like where I hadn't felt it before. My body was doing a really good job of like covering things up." Maybe they're getting sick more often. It's like they know that their immune system is going to crash if they continue to do these things. And sometimes it's just that feeling of like, I just simply cannot keep up. And I want to be really clear here because if you're experiencing new severe or unexplained symptoms, especially like weakness in the left side of your face, there's difficulty walking, significant neurological problems, obviously you deserve appropriate medical evaluation. We should never assume that a symptom is just stress. So when I say some of these symptoms, I'm not saying like, oh, these are all related to stress. I'm just saying they are frequent things that come up in women who I talk to who finally I'm putting this list together thinking, holy cow, this isn't just from one or two women. This is actually something that I hear from a lot of women. But I also want to make this distinction that, like, if there's something seriously wrong with you, I'm not saying, oh, Cassie said it's just stress. Absolutely not. Like, you may need to get looked at and have some medical evaluation. I'm just saying some of these things possibly could be stress related. And this is valuable information that your body is giving you signals for, and that is, pay attention. Your body's giving you the information, and sometimes the message isn't push through and try harder. Sometimes the message is, what are you doing to me? Like, this is not sustainable. And so another thing that is really important, I think, to think about and reflect on is, like, how are you showing up in this version of yourself? How are others around you experiencing you? And I think this is finally something that might actually land with high achieving women, and that they're fine shoving down their own pain and feelings and things like that. But when they start understanding that it could be affecting those around them, their partner, their kids, um, maybe not being the role model that they want their kids to see. They're doing it all for them, which is amazing, right? It's like this amazing sacrifice that you're making, and your time and your energy and everything. But is that what they really need? Is that how they would love for you to show up in their lives? We say we're doing it for them, and we probably are, but are we doing it in a way that they can look at us and say, Mom is present and she sees me and she's there for me? And I know how to act when I have my own kids and I have my own life and my own job. And so I think just it's important to reflect on, like, how the cost of success has affected others around us. And again, maybe up until this point, you are doing a really good job of kind of pushing everything down and just making everything look so easy. And you're spending tons of time with your kids, and it's just everything looks so great. But underneath, you may just be wondering, is this what it's all for? Or maybe you are resonating with, wow, my kids do see me open my laptop all the time at night, and I'm on my phone constantly at games and at practices. And you're probably not scrolling, like, you're probably not doom scrolling. You're probably answering emails and doing important things, and running a business, and there's no shame in that, really. It's just like, what is it that your kids and your family and those people who are really important to you and your relationships, what are they really seeing and what are they getting from you? So it just definitely can impact those around you and how they feel. So it might be something you might want to ask them is, what is something that mom does that you feel like you're not seen? I actually saw that a question kind of like that on like an Instagram reel, and it was like, ooh, yeah, that's a good question to ask, because you might think you're showing up in one way, but your family might be noticing another way. So just a couple maybe reflective things to think on. And another thing I want to talk about is, like, what if the problem isn't that you're not strong enough, right? Like, this is the reframe I want to leave with you today, is like, maybe you don't need to become better at handling stress. It's probably the first thing everybody's thinking of is, oh my gosh, this hits. Gosh, I just need to be better at that. It's like, really, this is our brain pattern, right? Is that, what can I do now? What can I do to be better? The other day, I went into a salt booth and I was like, okay, this is my time. I'm going to just do my best to sit here and enjoy and not really think of anything. Well, of course, how do you think that went? Within minutes, I was like, oh, you know what I should really work on? Like, 'cause I know we all aspire to, like, be better and do better. And we know, like, we need to manage our stress better. And then we're like, okay, so what can I do better? And you're already creating a to-do list for yourself. Or like, how can I be better with my partner? How can I be more patient and kind with my kids? And it's like, can we ever just rewire the brain to not think like we constantly need to fix something? Is it possible? Right? Like, this is something that takes a lot of practice. Like, fixing, fixing, fixing. Can you sometimes maybe just sit with your thoughts and just observe them, like meditating? You would, like, just, okay, that thought is there, and then allow it to pass instead of trying to fix every single thing that comes into your mind. And it's because you're just used to doing it. Like you're the capable, strong one that you've always been able to better yourself. And that's a good thing, right? We want to better ourselves. But if it's the only strategy we ever have is to constantly do more, do better, what is that? Is that helping? I think it can help, but is it always helping? Is it always the answer to handling stress better, to give yourself another thing to do? And maybe you need to stop requiring yourself to handle everything by yourself. Maybe you don't need more discipline. Maybe it's more like you need more support. Maybe you don't need another productivity strategy, which I'm laughing and maybe you can see my smile through the audio if you're listening, but like, oh, always with the productivity strategies, right? Like, how can I use every minute of my time effectively? So maybe you need to restore the resources that your brain and body are using to keep up with your life. Because there's a difference between them of being capable of doing something, which I know you are, and then having the capacity to doing it, to keep doing it. And I think that's where a lot of high achieving women probably get stuck. Like you can do it. Obviously, you can do it. You've proven that. The question is, what is it costing you to keep doing it this way? So if you've been listening to this episode and thought, oh my gosh, she's talking about me, I want you to know that you're not alone. And I also want you to know that I don't believe the answer for you is to quit everything, abandon your ambition, or become a completely different person. I believe we can build a way of supporting your brain, your energy, and your body that actually fits the life that you have. That's why I'm currently opening the founding cohort of Brain Health and Energy Protocol. It's a transformative experience for women who are just tired of pushing through brain fog, low energy, decision fatigue, and chronic overwhelm, and they're ready to understand what's actually draining their capacity and create a personalized plan to change it. And they are looking for better energy, more focus, and able to make clear decisions and have less decision fatigue, create the ability to make less decisions and feel just more regulated and clear about the decisions that we do make. That's who it's for. And if that's you, I'll put the details in the show notes. And if you're not ready for that yet, that's okay. Start by noticing something this week. So I want you to think about this and write it down if you can. If you can't, just think about it. When stress increases, what is your automatic response? Do you rest or do you do more? Because remember, awareness is the first step. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you're interested in that founding cohort, which of course is going to be discounted right now, but if you're interested in that founding cohort of the Brain Health and Energy Protocol, please DM me, message me. I'm at Wellness That Fits. Wellness, THATFITS, Wellness That Fits. And also just, if this has resonated with you, please leave a review, up to 5-star rating if you would like. That would help me out so much to reach other women who are like yourself, or share it with a friend. And thank you so much for listening to the Wellness That Fits podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode of the Wellness That Fits podcast. I hope you walk away with simple, doable steps you can put into practice right away. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world if you subscribed, left a review, or shared it with another busy mom who could use some encouragement. Until next time, friends, keep creating wellness that fits your life.